New South Wales clubs are at the heart of their communities, particularly in times of crisis. The industry has responded to recent bushfires at Tathra on the state's Sapphire Coast by funding the recovery effort led by Team Rubicon Australia.
I just grabbed a couple of things sitting beside my chair and thought, oh, well, we better go. And I didn't take anything else. I didn't think about losing it. Somebody told us that we're here at Tathra that stayed back, that our place was in trouble and the boys here were down there trying to put it out. And I didn't sort of want to believe that. 5
men stayed and just ran up and down with hoses, and they managed to keep it wet enough that the houses didn't burn. The garden's burnt, the bush is all burnt, but the house is absolutely intact. There was a lot of flammable stuff in the shed, so the shed went off and my son and his friend just stood with hoses on it until the water ran out.
I got a phone call from Clubs New South Wales suggesting that these guys would probably get deployed and asking, could we help to host them and whatever, and we just obviously jumped at the chance. My first thoughts were, when I knew that the club was undamaged, was, okay, what can the club do? And Rubicon just seemed like, the best answer.
So Team Rubicon Australia unites the skills and experience of military veterans with emergency first responders to rapidly respond to disaster zones around the world. Our main focus is to give veterans purpose when they return from war. We believe their community assets was a lot to give. We integrate them into the community in disaster response operations, and in doing so we give them a purpose. When we arrived, the town was still smouldering, and we knew that there are around 70 homes that had been destroyed and hundreds damaged. But the scale of destruction was significant. What we found is people were coming into the clubs in a state of shock, looking for a safe haven to try and unwind and find help. We set ourselves up in the Tathra Bowling Club and became a hub for the community. The club was feeding people who had lost everything and then pointing them in our direction, and we were working together to try and roll out assistance throughout the community. Things like sifting through destroyed houses, looking for what's left of these people's lives, trying to put them back on their feet. Catherine had lost everything. Her house had burnt to the ground. She was particularly concerned about her father's war medals, which she'd kept in a shoebox on top of one of her cupboards. And we were able to send a team up there to sift through the entire house, and we found those medals. And we found some of her other jewellery and her wedding rings and some items that were really important to her.
That's the ring, and Don and I, when we first met, things they found I never expected to find. And it's just overwhelming. You see it on telly, but it's totally different when you're on the other side. And you learn to appreciate what you've got at the time. It's going to take a long time to try and mentally recover from that, because every day you think of something.
There's a psychological element to everything we do as well, and we have dished out hundreds of cuddles to members of the community who really needed someone to talk to and someone to lean on in a tough time.
They give lots of good cuddles. When you need a cuddle.
When we turn up and we provide assistance to the community and we see the effect it has on them, and we have the tears and the cuddles, it has a great emotional impact on our members as well. And that is very much part of what Team Rubicon is here to do. It's to tell veterans you still have value, you still matter, you can still continue to serve after you've been in the military.
I don't think that Tathra would be at the point it is right now without Rubicon's input. I think they've played an absolutely crucial role in getting the town to where it is right now. The clubs industry has been fantastic. We've got this big club family and everyone's really there to help. I've always known it's a great little community. People have really banded together, embraced one another and just, decided to get back on with their lives.
The sense of community has always been good here, and it's been fantastic since the fires. People are really there for each other, and all sorts of people have met each other and started to get to know each other more than they ever did before. People
that don't even know you find out what's happened and walk up and put $100 in your hand. That's how good people are to help you, and they don't even know you. So thank you to everybody